Bienvenidos a La Pinche Política Special Edition. My name is Kyle Gomez Lineweber. I'm the Director of Policy and Advocacy here at the Galeo Impact Fund. And here with me is our CEO and founder, Jerry Gonzalez. We'd like to talk to you today about State Senator Jason Anavitarte, who unfortunately has again chosen to dig in on parroting the lies that are being told about our community by extreme politicians like former President Donald Trump.
Qué lástima, qué lástima. It is a shame. As we mentioned in our last special edition, it is unfortunate that we have to speak out against Latino Republican elected officials like Senator Jason Anavitarte, given his prior history with Galeo, and it bears repeating. As we mentioned in our previous edition, State Senator Jason Anavitarte was one of the first set of board members when we started Galeo back around 2006 to 2009. He was a city council member in the city of Dorville. Our position on immigration has always been part of the work that we have done since we started as an organization in 2003. Jason was on our board and very vocal and very active about being in favor of comprehensive immigration reform, including expanding access to driver's licenses for those who were undocumented in Georgia. Our position on immigration reform over the years has not changed. We still advocate for a path to citizenship and want to ensure more future legal flows for an orderly process at the border.
Thank you, Jerry, for that important context because it is relevant and it speaks to the gravity that we recognize in this situation. Because on a recent episode of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution and WABE's Politically Georgia, Senator Anavitarte had the opportunity to challenge the harmful rhetoric that perpetuates fear and misinformation about immigrants and Latinos in our community, in our country. Specifically, former President Trump's comments suggesting that criminals, rapists, and people from mental institutions are flooding across the border. Unfortunately, rather than standing up for the truth, Senator Anavitarte chose to echo and reinforce these harmful ideas.
You know, and the host, Bill Nigut on the podcast gave him an opportunity to reject that harmful rhetoric, and he chose not to, unfortunately. Senator Anavitarte holds a position of influence as a Latino leader and a public servant in Georgia. And with that comes a serious responsibility to speak truthfully about critical issues impacting the Latino community, specifically as well as the broader population. By perpetuating these false and damaging narratives, he's not only misinforming the public, but also furthering a divisive and fear-based political agenda that has led to violence against the immigrant community. Let's be clear, immigrants, both documented and undocumented, contribute greatly to the fabric of our society in Georgia and throughout the United States. Numerous studies have shown that they commit crimes at lower rates than native-born Americans.
And you know, Jerry, that's an important point. In fact, according to the Cato Institute, which is not, a liberal, progressive think tank, it's a very conservative, libertarian think tank. According to them, undocumented immigrants have lower incarceration rates nationwide compared to native-born Americans. This includes lower conviction and arrest rates in states like Texas, which has some of the most comprehensive data on this issue. And additionally, a 2024 study from Stanford University found that immigrants are 60% less likely to be incarcerated than U.S.-born citizens. That means our community, we're not committing crimes. We're actually doing the opposite. We're keeping our communities safe. We're working hard, contributing to our economy and keeping our families safe and together and building a better lives for all of us. So, these facts are contradictory to the inflammatory and divisive rhetoric that people like Senator Anavitarte are choosing to perpetuate.
It is a shame that he is perpetuating that, but it is worth also pointing out that the Marshall Project, a respected organization committed to justice and transparency, has found that changes in undocumented population have had little to no impact on crime rates in the United States. The data is clear. Immigrants are not criminals. They're often portrayed to be, as they are being portrayed by President Donald Trump, State Senator Jason Anavitarte as well. Instead, they are essential members of our workforce, our communities, and our economy.
Absolutely. Facts matter. And what Senator Anavitarte failed to do in his appearance on Politically Georgia was to push back on these harmful and baseless stereotypes. And that is unacceptable. When you're in a position of leadership like Senator Anavitarte is, you have the power to challenge these narratives and offer a path toward greater understanding and unity. For whatever reason, unfortunately, he chose not to do that.
And it is a shame, again, once again, as leaders in the Latino community, we know firsthand the contributions that immigrants make every day to Georgia and to our entire country. We're committed to promoting policies that are grounded in fact and compassion, not fear and division. And that's exactly what organizations like Galeo and the Galeo Impact Fund are working towards.
Yeah, at the Galileo Impact Fund, we're going to keep engaging our community, regardless of what folks like Senator Ana Vitarte are doing. We're going to be making sure our community of Latinos are civically engaged and turning out as many Latino voters as possible. Our community, not just Galileo Impact Fund, but our entire community. We want candidates who are actually going to address the issues that we care about. Issues like expanded job opportunity, addressing the rising cost of living, creating access and expanding access to healthcare and quality education, and establishing comprehensive immigration reform that includes a pathway to citizenship while also keeping our communities safe. That's why we at the Galileo Impact Fund are proud to be supporting candidates like Vice President Kamala Harris, as well as our entire slate of endorsed candidates at the local and state level who are committed to fighting for Georgia's Latino community.
It's true. It's time to move beyond these scare tactics and fear mongering that they're pushing on. We have to turn the page. We have to focus on solutions that respect the dignity of all people. We urge State Senator Republican Jason Anavitarte to correct his stance, educate himself further on the facts, and start contributing to a more honest, constructive conversation about immigration. Because what he's doing right now in parroting Trump's lies and white nationalist rhetoric is a disservice to our community and to the office he holds.
Absolutely. And our working Latino families, our immigrant families, we deserve better. Our state deserves better. And it's up to us, all of us, to hold leaders accountable when they spread misinformation or refuse to stand up for what's right or to stand up for the truth. We call on Senator Ana Vitarte to reconsider his problematic and damaging approach and to join us in creating a better future for all Georgians. And we call on all Latino voters, all 400,000 plus Latino voters in our state, to remain engaged, keep turning out and vote for a better future for our families, our local businesses, our schools, and our state in general. Thank you so much for joining us here at La Pinche Política, the special edition, and I hope you continue to be there with us on our Together Somos Más episodes, where we're continuing to address and talk about the real issues that are impacting Latino families right here in Georgia. Thank you.